Hello students. So in the earlier class we have learnt about the general characteristics of phylum Mollusca. So in this class we are going to learn about classification of Mollusca, okay, of animal kingdom. So this Mollusca is divided into 7 classes. Okay, this phylum Mollusca is divided into 7 classes. So first class is Aplacophora. Second one is Polyplacophora. Polyplacophora. Third one is Monoplacophora. Monoplacophora. And the fourth one is Gastropoda. Fifth one is Scaphopoda. Scaphopoda. Sixth class is Bivalea. The seventh one, the last class is Cephalopoda. Cephalopoda, or this can be called as Siphonopoda. Siphonopoda. Okay. So let's discuss about the first class, Aplacophora. Aplacophora. So the organisms of Aplacophora are without any plates, shells without any plates. These organisms are having shells without any plates. Okay, so the example of Aplacophora is Pneumania and Chiloderma and Chetoderma, sorry. Okay. So Aplacophora means A means there is no plates in the shells. Okay. Next, Polyplacophora. Coming to the second class, Polyplacophora. Polyplacophora. These organisms, shells comprises of overlapping plates. Shells comprises of overlapping plates. Okay. So Aplacophora, they do not have any plates. Okay. So these Polyplacophora have overlapping plates in the shells. Okay. So the example of Polyplacophora is Keton and Ketopleura. Okay. So the third class is Monoplacophora. Monoplacophora. This means the organisms have conical shells. Conical shells. Organisms are having conical shells. Okay. With 8 muscle pairs. 8 muscle pairs of repeated form are present. So these conical shells have 8 muscle pairs which are in a repeated form. So these are present in these conical shells. Okay. So the example of Monoplacophora is Neopilina. Neopilina or Neopilina. Okay. Next, Galathea. Galathea. So this Galathea is a living fossil. Living fossil. Okay. So Let's move on to the fourth class, gastropoda. Gastropoda. So this gastropoda comprises of organisms such as phyla, snail. Snails belong to the class gastropoda. Okay, so phyla have pulmonary sac, so pulmonary sac and gills. Okay, so these mollusks, they can live in aquatic conditions and also on lands. Okay, so they are terrestrial too. So that is why they have pulmonary sac and gills. The organisms which live on terrestrial or land, they have pulmonary sac, and the organisms which live in aquatic conditions, they have gills for respiration. Both are these for respiration. Okay. So these are for terrestrial organisms. Okay. And this one is for aquatic ones. Okay. So the examples are Eplysia, seahorse. Eplysia is seahorse. Doris, sea lemon. Okay. So this is the class 4 gastropoda. Next, fifth class, scaphopoda. Poda. Scaphopoda. Okay. So this scaphopoda organisms are tusk shells. These have tusk, tusk shells. These tusk shells are hollow in nature. Okay. So these are hollow from inside. Hollow in nature. Okay. So the examples of these scaphopoda, the tusk-shelled animals are lamellidens, freshwater mussel. Lamellidens. This is a freshwater mussel. Okay. Next, the second one is Mytilus. Sorry, pulsellum. Sorry, this is not the example. So the example of scaphopoda is, sorry, dentalium. Dentalium. It has tusk shell. And the other example is pulsellum. Pulsellum. Okay. Next, coming to the sixth class, bivalve. So this bivalve have two symmetrical shells. The organisms of bivalve have two symmetrical shells. Okay. So the examples of these organisms are lamellidens. So this is the example for bivalve. Okay. So lamellidens is a freshwater mussel. Freshwater mussel. Next, coming to the other example is Mytilus. This is the marine mussel, marine water mussel. And the other example is Pinctada. Okay, so this Pinctada is a pearl oyster. Pearl oyster. Okay, now the last class is cephalopoda. Cephalopoda. Cephalo is nothing but head. Okay. Or siphonopoda. Siphonopoda. Siphon is a tube-like structure. Okay. So in this, the organisms, there is no shell. Shell is absent except nautilus. Okay. Shell is absent in all the organisms of cephalopoda except nautilus. Okay. Next, examples of this class is sepia, loligo, octopus. Okay. In octopus, the locomotion is carried out by jet propulsion. Jet propulsion. Okay. So what is jet propulsion? Water is expelled through siphon like a jet. Water is expelled through siphon. Siphon means a pipe. Okay. So pipe like structure. So siphon like a jet. So when it takes off, it looks like a rocket. Okay. With some exerted pressure or force, it propels up. That means it swims up. Okay. Next, coming to the important points. Some of the important points are tridecna. Tridecna. This is the giant mollusk. Giant mollusk. Okay. So this tridecna is the pearl which is of tennis ball sized. Tennis ball sized, and this is called as precious pearl. Precious pearl. Okay. So the other point is in mollusks, the nacre layer. The nacre layer. So this is a special layer which is present or seen in mollusks. So this is the mother of pearl. Mother of pearl. Okay, so this nacre layer is made up of calcium carbonate plus conchiolin protein. Conchiolin. Okay, so this conchiolin is a protein. So this nacre layer is made up of calcium carbonate and conchiolin. Okay, so this deposits, this calcium carbonate and conchiolin deposits shiny layer on dirt. Shiny layer on dirt particle. Sorry, shiny layer on dirt particle in order to produce pearl. Okay. So what is the need of producing a pearl? It produces pearl in defense. Okay. It produces a pearl in defense. It thinks that this dirt particle is the predator. Okay. So it produces a pearl by depositing a shiny layer on that dirt particle. Okay. So it becomes a pearl. So this is the defense mechanism in Mollusca. So that defense mechanism produces pearls in turn. Okay. So